Hey Rob, this is a game I'm sure you could carve up 100 different ways, but from what you're feeling right now, from what you saw on the sidelines, give us your impressions of how we got to this outcome.
Yeah, obviously really disappointed with the final result. Proud of many things that kind of happened along the way in terms of how we got ourselves. I mean, at the end of the game, if you have a shot, you know, at the rim contested, and then a putback right at the rim in a 1-point game, you know, you're doing some good things. That's a good team, physical team. I thought that in the first half, we couldn't get enough traction defensively, couldn't get enough stops. Obviously, they had a big three at the end of the half to put them up by 3. Defensively, we really settled in and did a much better job in the second half, and I mean held them to 32% from the floor. Unfortunately, the shots that they did make were threes, and they made a couple critical threes down the stretch that those are tough ones, you know. So Nick Williams played really well for them. A lot of credit goes to Malone. I thought they played well.
Coach, from the broadcast booth, it felt like just a high-quality game, really, from both teams. Very well played, more great plays than mistakes made by either side. You know, as the question was asked before, you know, like you can carve it up certain ways. What are some big positives that you can take away from tonight? And you know, it's a long conference season that, you know, hard right now, obviously,
Sure,
the way the game ends. But what's some positives moving it forward in the conference season that you guys think that you can take away from tonight?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of continuing the fight, like staying in the fight. There were some moments, especially a couple of the threes that they hit. Those kind of felt like some devastating moments where it'd be easy to hang your head and to not be able to respond from that. And I thought the guys did a good job of kind of picking themselves up and responding. Even when late in the game we're down 4 and kind of having to make something happen, I thought we had some near steals in those situations where we were trying to create some pressure, some pressure on them. And you know, anytime you have those scenarios and those situations, a lot of times you can work on those things in practice, but until they show up in the games, and now it becomes real. And I thought that we were in the situation where we didn't have a timeout on that final play of the game. We got a little bit out of alignment in what we were planning to do. And however, we were still able to get a play again right at the rim, and then a tip back as well. So those are good things, even though it didn't go exactly how we would have planned it. So proud of the guys and how they responded with that. I think that it's a resilient group. There are a ton of things that we need to work on and that we need to improve on. But I like our guys, and I know that we're gonna keep working.
Yeah, Coach Jones, we talked about earlier in the week the physicality that Malone was going to bring, and how that was going to affect you guys defensively. You know, 68 points is pretty low for them. Yeah. So how are you going to build on that going into, you know, conference play? You know, you guys did a good job relatively on defense matching that physicality. So how are you guys going to build on that going through the rest of conference play?
Yeah, it was a step in the right direction, and I think that we've just got to continue to move forward in that. There are a lot of good teams within the league, and a lot of them are physical teams. And so that nature and that the way that we're going to have to play is just got to continue to grow. We've got to continue to grow on the defensive end of the court. Again, I thought our defensive effort in the second half was much better. It was a step in the right direction, and we've got to continue to grow in terms of being able, once we force those misses, to be able to rebound the ball. Offensively, we had some spurts where we were really good, and I thought we played well. I thought the ball moved well. I thought we were connecting. We're still trying to grow in that way as well. At times and I thought Malone did a good job of defending the three-point line. Many times the threes are the ways that you get your momentum, and I thought even though we didn't have as many threes tonight, I thought we were still able to find some momentum and some rhythm through some different actions within whether it be ball screens or whether it was transition, and I think that's a good sign for us.